So here we are now in the evaluation phase. This is the meat of the program.
Yeah, this is really where you guys come in because I can't do a whole lot during this phase.
Yeah, no, and actually, once I have to do a lot of work to get the assignments out,
Yeah.
and then I just sit back and watch the feedback come in. So all the proposals are in; they've been sorted, they have been matched to evaluators. We have sent out the emails to the evaluators, and they have started doing their reviews.
And now we take a vacation?
Not exactly. There's some work to be done for us during the evaluation phase. First step after the assignments are made is we go into stewarding our evaluators. The evaluation period is 6 weeks long, and we don't just leave you to your own devices. We tend to check in a few times during the round, remind you to do your assignments.
Do some trainings.
With training exercises, sometimes large ones, sometimes specific ones, sometimes in partnership with other groups. But we try to do a lot of stuff during the evaluation round to help you get your reviews done and all of that.
Yep. Excellent.
And we also, as with some other rounds, we recruit even more evaluators.
Always. Constantly recruiting.
We always want evaluators. If you're wondering, do we need evaluators? The answer is yes.
We need you.
We need evaluators. And particularly during the round is a good time for us to be recruiting. Once I've got all the assignments out, I've got some time, and I know exactly what we need to review. I know which proposals have gaps. And if you end up joining during one of our period of reviews, you'll get your assignments almost immediately. You'll be able to start.
Literally within a minute of time.
Yeah, sometimes,
Crazy.
occasionally, if I'm sitting there at the computer and I see someone join the committee with our software, I can get assignments out to you, and you can be reviewing within a couple of minutes. It's pretty cool. And we hope you'll consider joining us. Our evaluation phases happen in the spring. Usually we're reviewing April and May, and then again in the fall we're reviewing in October and November. So those are great times to join. And then, one of the constants of philanthropy are deadlines. We do our best to be considerate with our deadlines, but they are sort of a necessary evil. So there's the proposal deadline, and then we have a grace period after that. With our evaluators, same thing. The feedback is due on a certain day, and
we give you a couple extra days. I mean,
Yep.
and if you reach out and you're like, there's one I really want to read, but I need one more day, let us know, because we do want to get the most feedback for our evaluators and from our evaluators as possible. So we want to make you guys, have the most opportunities as possible to provide feedback.
just like with proposal submission, right? We really appreciate it if it comes in early. If you can get that done for us, we really like it. When feedback comes in early, that's particularly helpful because I can make sure there's a certain number, coverage on all of our reports. If you're late as well, just like with the submission round, I need to put the reports together. So it does take me a few weeks. If your feedback comes in late, that'll be fine. We'd make sure the evaluators know how long the grace period is, how much time they have, so they can get their feedback in and we can send out a bunch of robust reports.
Eventually, there is a hard deadline because we do actually have to send reports out.
Yes.
Otherwise, the folks who submit to us will never get to see all the work that our great evaluators do.
Yep.
So at some point, we do have to cut it off, guys.
Yep.
Sorry.
And that is the fourth step of the evaluation phase. The feedback is in. I go in, and this is when I have to start working extra hard.
But let's say it's so much easier than it used to be.
This was probably the hardest
First
part in the beginning.
job I ever had with Unfunded List was literally copying and pasting feedback from whatever format y'all send it in with into Canva, line by line, sentence by sentence.
Yes, and thank you for your service
welcome.
there, but we don't have to do that anymore. We have our own custom software. The feedback comes in. I'm able to review all of the feedback. I fix typos. I remove a lot of not applicable or I couldn't answer this one. And we put together long, robust reports.
Seriously.
You're going to hear from 6 or more different evaluators. They're going to be relevant to your field. They're going to make suggestions for how you can go forward and how you can improve future proposals.
These are going to be, some of these are incredibly robust. I think I was talking to someone the other day who had 20 evaluators in their feedback report.
We had several reports this round with over 20. In fact, the last few years, every round's had several with over 20. That tends to be if it's to go to an earlier point, the ones that get over 20 are the ones that do a really good job submitting to us. So they've made it very clear the situation of the proposal. That means it's more interesting for the evaluators, so they're more likely to go in and do their feedback. Once I've reviewed all of the reports and they look like they're in top shape, right? Yet again, I have a very stressful moment where I click one button and all of those reports go out to everybody.
Great.
And that's the end of the evaluation phase.